Yo, a G has finally made it to safety. Today has been one of the most crazy days I could ever describe.
Yeah, G is up and head to Costa Rica and make these moves, baby. Let's get it. We taking music worldwide. Shout out to the waves.
So let's get right into it. So I'm headed to Costa Rica, vibing, high vibes. I'm like, yo, let's get it. It's gonna be dope. I'm gonna go crazy with this music stuff. And then, get on the plane, everything's smooth, everything's smooth on the plane, etc., etc. Finally arrive in Costa Rica, playing my song, my jam, Tuscan Leather by Drake, while I'm walking through the corridor. It's like, if y'all know that song, you know what I'm talking about. Super inspirational. The airport was super clean, views was beautiful. You feel me? So I'm thinking everything is about to go A-okay. So I'm like, all right, look, we good, we lit. So we walking in, get my baggage, everything goes smoothly. I don't know why I was like, man, nothing's going wrong, bro. This is too perfect, bro. Everything is too smooth right now. I'm like, yo, this is too smooth. You feel me? That's when my buzzer started ticking. I was like, yo, what's up? You feel me? So, finally get my baggage and everything. Walk outside. My homie G Black, aka Garvey, shout out to him, already set up a taxi driver for me. So I'm lit. A lot of these taxi drivers in Costa Rica, if you walk outside and you're trying to use a regular taxi driver, they probably gonna scam you, which is the story I'm about to get to. So I got to the first taxi driver, and he was cool and everything, and he dropped me off at the bus terminal that I was supposed to go to the other destination in Costa Rica that I'm really trying to get to, which is where I'm at right now. And the journey to get to here, bro, that's where it got crazy. You feel me? That's where it got crazy. So number one, as soon as I get to the terminal, of course I'm like, yo, everything's going so smooth, man. Nothing has messed up the flow. You feel me? So I finally get there, and I'm like, all right, yo, hopefully, continues being smooth, because, I'm out here in a foreign country, kind of remembering my Spanish, speaking pretty well, but, of course, I still probably sound like a Tico. If you from Costa Rica, y'all know what that means. And, all kinds of people just looking at me like, yo, what kind of guy is this? You feel me? Of course, not only because of my beautiful melanin features, but because I stand out and I look different. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they're like, yo, I don't know if this guy's Costa Rican. You know what I mean? So I'm walking up, you know what I'm saying, shining and all that. And then this taxi driver comes up to me. He's like, yo, where are you looking? Where are you trying to go? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm trying to go to insert the place I'm trying to go to. Because I ain't going to tell you where I'm at, but he's like, yo, I'm trying to go over here. And then he's just like, oh, that bus already left. You know what I mean? He's like, that bus already left, earlier in the day. And the next one doesn't come in until tomorrow morning. So I'm checking the schedules and stuff, checking, with the other people around. They're like, oh yeah, it already left. And I'm like, dang. And this dude's like, wait, I have a solution. This taxi guy, he's like, I have a solution. We can help you get there, blah, blah. And I'm like, shoot. I already knew, bro. I was like, dang, I already know, like, something's about to go down. This guy's trying to charge me a whole lot of money because he sees I look different. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here shining and stuff. And then, so he's like, all right, let's get it. I gotta get you there fast. They're gonna, the next bus is gonna depart in a few minutes. And I'm like, oh man. So it's like, the rushing psychology, like, yo, we need to rush. So it's like, ain't no time to be like, yo, how much is this? Yo, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? So boom, we get in the car. And then he's driving me to this place, and like, boom, we missed it. And I'm like, of course he missed it. There was no way we're about to make it in those few minutes. And even though he told me, he was like, I can do it, a few stops away. But he's like, no, I want to help you. So shout out to him. To be honest, at the end of the story, I'm gonna explain why this is actually a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though what happened. But either way, so he's like, yo, we're gonna go really fast. So we get in the car and everything, and he's just swerving, bro. And I'm just in the passenger seat, like, where are we at right now? I'm like, bro, what did I sign up for, bro? Is this my life, bro? But he was cool though. He was chopping it up with me, and you know, he was putting me down with all these connects and all these places in Costa Rica. He's like, yo, you could perform here. Let me talk to my guy who owns a hotel, blah blah. So he put me on with some connects for real. He even got on the phone with the guy. He's like, yo, I got this huracan. I got huracan here. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call me over here, the Spanish version of hurricane. But either way, and you know that whole conversation went well. Got to talk to the hotel owner guy. Connections equals contracts. Shout out Grant Cardone for that. That's a real fact. But either way, so he was putting me on all these connections. He was letting me know everything about Costa Rica. You know, as we're driving just super far, I don't even know where we're going. I'm like, bro, this dude could literally be taking me anywhere. And I'm like, yo, but you know, he had a good energy about him. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know when somebody's sketchy, and this dude was like, he had a good energy about him. But either way, so he's driving, you know, swerving, blah, blah. We're like, I'm like, oh man, what is going on, bro? And, you know, we driving for a long time, and he's telling me everything I need to do. He's telling me best places to go, etc., how to get around this, how to get around that, how to get data on my phone. Because, oh yeah, I didn't even mention that I had no data on my phone. So I was literally walking around with no type of internet connection to nobody. So like everybody that was trying to reach me, it seemed like I was just gone. You feel me? But that's a whole nother part of the story. So boom, we're swerving, and we finally get to the place. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, yo, cuánta cosa, which means how much is this gonna cost, bro? Don't just come out of nowhere and be like some crazy stuff. And just as I expected, I was like, he's like, okay, here's the ATM. And I'm like, all right, how much is this gonna cost? And this guy said 200,000 colones. Now, y'all might not know what that means in English, but that literally is like $400 something. And I was like, there's no way. Bruh. It's like, so, but I wasn't all the way to the destination because he was kind of smart with it. So he took me to the ATM before he took me all the way to my destination. So I was just like, okay, even though I knew that number was absolutely insane, I was like, okay, I went to the ATM, withdrew some money. I knew this guy was trying to get way more money than he was supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, let me just play this smart and get to my destination, and then we'll solve it by then. So boom. We finally get back in the car. He's like, you got everything? I was like, yeah, we good. So we drive to a place. We finally get to the place. And then he's like, all right. And I was like, okay, cool. We finally here, you know, and I pulled out some stacks and I was like, all right, here you go. And he was like, oh, no. I was like, no, this is when he finally told me, you know, the actual price. At first he was like, just get out 200,000 colones and that's going to be enough for everything. And when he said everything, I thought that meant like my entire trip, like you know, food, accommodation, etc., not just the taxi ride, $400 something or whatever. So I was like, okay, that's a bet. So I go to the ATM, I get what I need, and we finally get to the spot. And then he finally tells me the price. After all this time, I'm like, yo, tell me the price. Yo, how much is it gonna cost? Yo, don't just be doing this expecting all this money, bro. Like, for real. Like, I'm just trying to get where I need to get, and I know the price of things around here. You ain't about to just jib me around, even though I look like I'm a foreigner or whatever. So either way, we finally get there, and then he's like 180,000 colones, which is like almost $400, like 300 something, if not 400 something. $400. And I'm like, no. I was like, right then, I was like, no, I'm not paying you $400, bro. That's crazy. This was literally a 45-minute venture. I'm not about to pay, like, even Uber, they'll be going crazy like that. You feel me? So I'm like, okay. Instead, you know, we're like, okay, you know, I settled it off. You know, I bargained them down, all the way down to like, I'm still embarrassed to say how much I paid this man, but he did give me some good connects. He gave me some good ideas and stuff, and I could tell that he was kind of in a struggling position in life. And I was like, yo, this money's probably gonna help him more than it's even gonna help me, because I know I'm gonna make some more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, let me give him a whole 90,000 colones. You know what I'm saying? Which is like $200 something. And because I could just tell he's like going through a lot, and it's like, it's not gonna hurt me as much as it's gonna help him. And if I can help somebody like that, then whatever. So it's like, I gave him money, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I bargained him down pretty much the half the price that he actually, suggested at first. Because, I'm not about to pay $400. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I finally get to where I need to get, but I'm not actually where I need to get. So, like, he dropped me off at a spot that wasn't actually the spot. You feel me? So now I'm asking all these locals around. I got these big old suitcases just carrying them around. I ain't gonna lie. I was looking pretty strong, bro. I was carrying these big old suitcases, just walking around. All these girls looking at me and stuff. They're like, dang, who's this guy? You know what I'm saying? But either way, I'm like just carrying themselves. And then, I'm asking all these locals. I'm like, yo, ¿dónde está el autobús para the place I'm trying to get to? ¿Dónde está el autobús? ¿Dónde está el autobús? And then finally, I find the little bus station after walking like a few blocks, aka cuadras. If you want to learn some Spanish, cuadras is blocks. So yeah, I finally make it to the spot. And I'm like, yeah, okay, finally, I'm about to get on the bus. Because he was hurrying, he was saying, hurry up, hurry up. Like, I was about to miss the bus or something. So we finally get there, right? We finally get to the bus stop. And I'm like, yes, finally, I'll just get on the bus and get to where I need to go. Because he told me I was going to get there by like 5:30 p.m. So we're at the bus stop. And I'm like, okay, I'm chilling there waiting. And there's this lady there. We started talking and having some conversation and whatnot. And I asked her, I was like, yo, when's the bus going to get here? Because we were talking for a little bit. And then she was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, what? I was like, what? How does nobody know what time the bus is going to get here? So, like, I'm asking a few folks. Some folks saying 2 o'clock. Some folks saying 3 o'clock. Some folks saying they don't know. And then finally one guy, it's finally approaching 3 o'clock, which is the number I got the most. And this last guy comes in and is like, oh, actually it's 4. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we end up sitting at this bus stop for hours. I don't have no type of internet connection. All I have is my mind, which, God bless, I thought of so many beautiful ideas, including making this video and this vlog during that whole time. I was like, yo, I gotta document this whole trip because this stuff is kind of crazy, bro. And it could help some people out there in the world. So either way, I just sat there, you know what I'm saying, just thought about all types of stuff, business, I was talking, the locals and stuff, improving my Spanish and everything. And then I met this, okay, let me tell you about this German girl, bro. So I was just chilling. Right? Cooling back on my suitcase, fresh, you feel me? And I turned to my left and I see the silhouette, bro. I'm like, dang, hold up, who's that in the distance? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this girl's fine. I don't know who it is. They looking fine to me from here, you know what I'm saying? And, she saw me too. Like, I felt that our eyes locked, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, over here, I look very different. You know what I'm saying? But either way, our eyes locked. And you know what I'm saying? She starts walking close. She with her friend too. She starts fixing her hair and everything. I was like, oh yeah, it's a wrap. It's in my head. I'm like, oh, she's down. You know what I mean? Just the way she was walking, the way she was just staring at me the whole time, fixing her hair and all that. And I'm like, all right, it's a bet. We gonna lock this one down. You feel me? So boom, they finally, pull up, walking slow. And keep in mind, there's all these people, at the bus station, like waiting and kind of like watching me. And, I don't know why everybody's just watching me, bro. But either way, we just all sitting there and she finally, come through, she was about to walk past, but I was like, yo, hold up, y'all speaking English? Because like pretty much everybody else I was speaking Spanish to, and I heard them speaking English. And then, that was kind of my icebreaker, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, yo, hey, beautiful. Come up to all of that, bro. But either way, I was like, yo, y'all speak English? And then she was like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, y'all from America? To start having a little conversation, whatever. And, the friend was like, see, this is where I kind of messed up because I should have talked to the friend too, but I was really just talking to the girl that I like, I could tell she liked me. She was like super nervous because she was like, dang, all these people are watching this guy talk to me or whatever. And, I was just chill. I was just like, yo, what's up? So you from America, blah, blah. And I stuck my hand out. She's all shaking, bro, like literally shaking to shake my hand. And then, I just shake her hand regularly. And then her friend, oh my gosh, her friend just super blocked. Super blocked. You know what I'm saying? I was like talking to her, then her friend was like, yeah, and kind of like, started walking her away. And this was my bad. I should have talked to the friend a little bit too, but she got kind of, salty or whatever. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? Lost that one. It's all good. Might see you again by now. Who knows? But either way, That was the story of the German girl. So either way, we finally get on the bus. So I'm like, finally, the bus is here. You know what I mean? And there's all these people, coming around, and finally get the little thing open that you can put the luggages in. And I put my luggages in. Everything's cool. Finally get on the bus. We cruising. We riding. I'm like, oh yeah, we finna get there. And then all of a sudden, the bus starts stopping. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like the bus started stopping a little too long and then stopping, and then eventually he pulls over like to the side. And keep in mind, there's a literal thunderstorm going on outside. I'm talking lightning that sounds like it's like 20 meters from us, just going just crazy, bro. Crazy rain, everything. The bus is broken down, bro. Bro, I'm like, dog, we were so close. Bro, we almost there, bro. I'm like, cause I was talking to these French people. Apparently they know the area well. Shout out to the French folks. Shout out my G's. They really helped me a lot. But either way, and they spoke English too. So like, they're like, yo, we're almost there. We're 30 minutes away, blah, blah. And then boom, the bus breaks down. So we sit there for like an hour, 2 hours. But keep in mind, I'm just chilling. Thinking about business and everything. I'm like, okay, let me just use this time. Since I don't got no internet or nothing, I just use this time to think, formulate plans, see exactly what we're going to do when we get out here, et cetera, et cetera. And then I realized I had a book on Audible, The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco, that I was listening to, and I could still pick up that book again and read. So after I turned my mind off for a little bit and just listened to this book, it was crazy how he was describing literally exactly where I was in my life a couple months ago. And I was like, yo, this is crazy, dog. Like, we all go through the same journeys. It's crazy. But definitely a great book, The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. Great book. Shout out Hamza for recommending that too. But either way, so I was reading it and whatnot, and the bus finally, they're like, oh, there's another bus. We're like, yeah, everyone's all hyped and everything. Yo, we're finna get to the other bus, whatever. Okay. But then keep in mind, there's a literal thunderstorm going on outside. So we literally have to go to the other bus while there's a thunderstorm. The other bus is like across the street, and we're like in some muddy, off-road like crap. You feel me? And it's like, everybody else seemed to not have big bags like me, but I had these 2 big bags that were underneath the bus, the first bus. So I had to transport those big bags from the first bus to the second bus. You feel me? And I was just one deep. So boom, it's raining. I grab the stuff out of the mud, like it's all muddy under my feet and everything. And I just pick up the 2 luggages, and I'm just walking like a soldier, bro. I'm just walking with the rain is pouring down, lightning in the background. I'm just walking, bro, with these big old luggages and a backpack in my bag. And one of the dudes turned around, he's like, whoa. I don't even know, it just felt epic, bro. And I don't even know, when that dude turned around and he was like, whoa. I was like, yeah, bro, this is some epic stuff. It might be crazy, it might not be cool, but it is epic. You feel me? But either way, finally walked my stuff across the street, to the bus. And then we're trying to put it in the little under things again of the new bus, but the thing was jammed. Like the door lock was jammed. So boom, we're in the rain. The driver doesn't want to get out and get wet, so it's literally just up to me to figure out how to open this thing. And the bus is like on a curve to where there's like a landslide. So like right next to the bus, like you step wrong and you're falling. You're falling, bro. And the mud was slippery and all that stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, it's literally do or die, bro. This stuff is getting crazy. So boom, it's thunder and raining. My feet is slipping. Shout out to my G Javier, bro. My G Javier came through in the clutch, bro. And he was just like, yo, let's blah, blah, blah. And then we pulled this shit open together, and boom, the stuff was open, and we're like, yeah, let's go. So boom, he hands me the first luggage, and I put it in there. And keep in mind, it's just raining, pouring, thundering, bro. It was epic, bro. And boom, I poured in there, and then the second luggage kind of slips out of my hand, almost falls down the ledge, bro. I'm like, oh shit, bro, slipping with my shoes in the mud, slipping. And I'm like, oh, pull that stuff up, put it under the bus, and I'm like, let's go. And then my G Javi is like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And we both get on the bus, and then that was it, man. We finally made it to the bus. We got on the bus. We drive back. Everything is peaceful. I almost get off on the wrong stop. keep in mind, when I first get on back on the bus, everyone's just staring at me because I'm just super just drenched, bro. Completely drenched. My clothes is completely soggy. Everything is completely soggy. Everyone's just staring at me like I don't know. I felt like it was just epic, bro. Everyone was staring at me like I was some epic hero, bro. Almost like there was about to be an applause or something. But either way, I walk to kind of the back of the bus and I just sit there, bro, soggied up. And I'm just like, yo, that's kind of epic, bro. I'm like, that's kind of epic. But either way, so we finally make it onto the bus. We finally make it to where I need to be. I link up with my G Garvey, man. I'm like, yo, let's go. We finally, so let's get it. We made it, blah, blah. I got to eat this big old vegan meal. Shout out Solo Duelos. I think that's the name. Yo, ate this big old vegan meal, bro. And you know, I was feeling super good. So now, back in the room, had to put this on the vlog. Don't even know if I'm gonna keep doing these vlogs, but first day has already been crazy. We made it to where we need to get. The point of this whole story was keep going no matter what. You will make it to your destination. There might be some disruptions along the way, and you know, some good friends might come through to help you and get you to where you need to get. But God bless y'all. Stay blessed. Never stress. You already know we're gonna be cooking up some music, coming with some more fire content, and I'm gonna keep trying, you know, cook up, yo, and feed this channel. So yo, y'all stay blessed. Never stress. Wave Squad. Deuce.